Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria,
And I'm Rosetta.
and thank you very much for joining us for another chat. And if it's your first time, welcome to our chat. So, in the spirit of kindness, love, and compassion, we want you to always listen to one another and be kind and compassionate to everyone, especially us as you listen to our chat.
Yep. I like that. Thank you. And just want to remind you that we really appreciate you. Can I talk? Appreciate you coming back and listening to our chats. And if you're new, welcome.
Welcome.
And don't forget, if you like our video, you have to hit that thumb icon. We won't know if you watched it and liked it.
Yes.
And if you love our channel, why not
Subscribe.
below? I want like this below,
Yes, below.
not the down,
No.
but the
Subscribe.
subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when our chats are ready to watch, because I know you're waiting.
Yes.
Every week.
Yes, and we really want to acknowledge and thank you, the individuals who are watching us to the end. You know, even if you're doing other things, just put us on in the background and let it go till the end. We really appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you. And today's tea we are drinking is by Traditional Medicinals. We love this brand.
Yes.
And today's one is called Everyday Detox, supports liver and kidney function. And the flavor is Dandelion.
Yes.
Dandelion. Have you heard of dandelion? Very, very healthy for you. And the ingredients are, it says organic dandelion herb with root. I don't know why they say with root. They could have just said dandelion root.
Well, sometimes that's their distinction between leaves and the root.
Okay. And then we have here a blend of peppermint leaf, fennel leaf, and licorice root.
Her
And
favorite?
my favorite, yes, is licorice root, but fennel root tastes just like licorice. Fennel.
Wow.
So you have double that licorice flavor, which is what I smelled immediately when I opened up the packet to
Yes.
sniff the tea bag.
Yes, because you know we always like to do that.
Yeah.
Smells
So
really
we like
good.
that. There you go.
Yes.
And let's see. I'm excited.
We are always excited when something smells good because we're like, okay, if you smell good, do you taste
Just love
good?
the licorice smell, and you can smell the dandelion.
Oh.
Let's wake it up some.
Mm. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
What do you think?
A lot of licorice.
Yes, it is.
A lot
Double
of
the licorice.
and you
And
can.
well, it's weird because usually peppermint is a stronger flavor that should stand out, and it's
Right.
not that strong.
not in comparison.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do I taste the dandelion? Let me have another sip. Yeah, you can taste the dandelion. It's very faint, but it's there.
Very good.
Yes, it
Very
is.
good. Especially on a cold, rainy day like we're experiencing today. Yes. So, as always, when we start our chats, our focus is on being there for the entire universe. We used to say for our little community, and then we moved to the state, and then the United States, and now it's the whole world, and now it's the universe. There's so much activity going on in the world. And one of the things that I keep hearing a lot of is that our bodies were not wired to handle all of this activity. And that's one of the reasons that we always send love and compassion out to the world. If you are around negativity, just think of the word love and see if that person or it, whatever the situation, doesn't just go away. So, positive love, especially when it comes to our children. Because I'm like, okay, I know, I always thought it was just an age thing that, you know, you can take a young child and give them a computer and they just start. They don't have to go, well, how you turn this thing on like I do. They don't have to say, well, why is it doing this and not doing that? It's very intuitive. But the rate and the speed of it, I'm sure that has to be pretty chaotic for our children. So one of the things that we're always talking about, especially my girl, she always talks about, you know, it is better to be proactive than to be reactive. So yesterday, a parent found out what it means to be a parent and to be accountable. So this woman, her name is Jennifer Crumbly. She and her husband bought her son a gun. Her son was having some issues at school, so the school calls them and say, you should come and pick him up. You know, he's writing really weird statements, just not appropriate. They didn't go pick him up. 2 hours later, he took a gun, his gun, and shot 4 other students and killed them. Now the mom has been asked by the jury and the judge and the lawyers, if you could do things different, would you? And she said, no. So yesterday she was found guilty on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, which means she didn't physically do it, yet she armed her child to do it, and she didn't do anything to stop it. So that can have a sentence of up to 15 years. I think it's good because parents are so quick to let their children just do anything. And before, I'm a juvenile. When I turn 18, it's wiped off my record, clean slate, no biggie. Well, if they start putting parents in jail, maybe children will stop misbehaving.
Well, that is a good point you have there. But do you really think a child that has mental health issues is going to think about that? They don't think about, they're not forward thinking about the consequences of what their actions are. But I don't understand, why would a mother buy a child a gun?
Amen.
For what reason do you buy your
Amen.
child a gun?
Amen.
And why would the child be bringing it to school?
Yeah, we know people who have purchased a gun for their son. I think he was 8 when he got,
What?
yes, a Glock. And they put it on Facebook, and it said something to the effect of learning how to protect my own.
What?
I would much prefer to figure out a way for all of us to coexist than to try and kill each other off. And it goes back to that. Why would a parent arm their child, not a grown adult, a child with a weapon?
It does not make sense. And this is where parents, we need to rewire our thinking of what kind of things are we exposing our children to. We always say children are the wave of the future.
Yes.
So what are we exposing our kids to? What are we doing? What are we not doing that's going to be harmful to our children for the long term? Because children become adults and and that shapes our society.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, I'm shocked.
Yeah, and that unfortunately is what's going on in the world today. Whereas if you and I are on the road and we're driving and you're in my blind spot and I don't see you and I start to merge, you honk at me, I wave at you like, sorry, and that's it. Nowadays, they start chasing the person that almost didn't cause an accident, just almost veered into the lane. And it turns into road rage. And I think some of that is because children are not being taught that we're human beings and we're all capable of making a mistake.
Right.
As long as you honor that mistake and acknowledge that mistake, I don't think it should be detrimental to your life.
Right, exactly.
So those 4 children were very, very sorry for their loss.
Well, I'm glad that justice was served.
Yes, and on April 9th, she will receive her sentencing. And the father, he goes on trial next month. So people are going to be held accountable for their action.
Good, I'm glad.
I am too, because those parents who lost their children, I know they feel like this could have been circumvented. So, you know, each week we're going to try and give you just a little bit more insight into our children, and just to make any parent that's checking us out think. I wonder, I should ask my kid, what are you doing? When you get out of school, what do you do? Why are you always in your room? What are you doing? Because I know children who used to play with video games who are now adult, mostly men. Girls are not as much, but there are some girl gamers, no disrespect. But the kids, the male kids that I know, are now grown men gaming for hours. And they're all violent, shooting and killing each other and capturing. I'm like, have you ever heard of Pac-Man? Cute little face, munching. You know, Space Invaders, where you shot ships, but the ships didn't have no humans on
Well,
it.
that's why we had back in the days, we had the Columbine. Remember Dylan?
Yes.
Dylan, what's
Yes.
his name? Colball or whatever he was, and his friends. They went into the schools, Columbine, with the black
Yeah.
raincoats, trench coats,
Yes.
shooting everyone because they had been playing all these violent shooting games.
Yeah.
And I call this when parents are paying more attention to their kids and raising kids is mindful parenting.
Amen. I completely agree. So, parents out there, know what your children are doing. Keep a close eye on them because they're open. They're little open sponges, and whatever comes at them, whatever glums on, it glums on. So you have to be the sounding board in the back of their minds that says, is that really a good thing to do? So we'll keep talking, and you do your due diligence and talk to your children. Grab them. I know they don't want to grab them. I do it all the time and just hold them till they just relax and like, okay, you're not going to let me go. No, I'm not. I want you to sit here and listen to me, and I want you to talk to me and tell me what's going on. So that's what's important. So we were doing something last week or the week before, and we were on the computer and a picture of a star came up, and we both went, oh my God, she looks anorexic. And what we found out is that some of our stars are using Orcovi, Ozempic, weight
Some
loss
weight
surgeries.
loss medications,
Yeah.
weight loss injections.
Yes.
And the more that we look, the more that we're seeing more celebrities are
Yes.
on, whether it's a medication or injection.
Yes. Or
and,
surgeries. You know, whereas back in the day, I remember one of my sisters got gastric bypass. She had to lose 40 pounds.
Yes, before they would actually
Before
do
they
that,
would
yeah.
let her do anything. She had to lose the 40 pounds. Then she had to sustain the 40 pounds for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks because it would be a month by the time of surgery.
Right.
She had to go through all that. And now people just, you know, I got the money. I can get on the internet and I can just buy whatever I want. And the thing about this is it is not a free get out of jail card. If you start this and you stop it, we've heard some of the stars say that they started binging the minute they went off of the medication. That medication is for people that have type 2 diabetes. And on one hand, the manufacturer says, stop, buying this because it's for people that are sick. But on the other hand, they're making so much money at it that they're continuing to divert the medications to stars. So most recently, I saw a picture of like Sharon Osbourne, and it's been a while since she was on Ozempic, but she lost 42 pounds. Tracy Morgan, I love him. He was on a recent show, and he was on the Today Show, and Hoda and Savannah was like, you're really doing really good with your health, and he goes, oh no, that's Ozempic. He goes, where I used to eat a whole bag of Doritos, now I only eat a half a bag. He's very, very honest about it. But then I saw like Jessica Simpson. And Jessica Simpson has always been a beautiful, curvy girl. She's never been fat or skinny. She's just kind of been in the middle, you should Google her. She does not look fat and sexy no more.
Yeah, I was shocked when you showed me the pictures. Her
Yeah.
face is very gaunt, and her neck is just so like, what do you say, like a turkey neck.
Yes. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, her face is, because some people when they lose weight, they lose it at different places. Like
Right.
some people lose it in their arms or
Right.
their stomach,
Right.
but some people lose it in their faces, and it shows. And for her,
Yes.
it definitely shows.
Yes.
And I was like, if you had not told me
Who she
that
was.
was, I would
Mhm.
say, I don't know who that is.
Right.
Yeah, I was shocked. And we've been talking about this particular celebrity for a while now, Kelly
Yeah.
Clarkson.
Yes.
So she does not admit that she doesn't say anything about how, when
Well,
people ask her, interview
right.
her, how you're losing this weight, she doesn't mention anything about any medication,
No, I
any
moved
injections.
my family to New York. I do a lot more walking. I'm eating healthy. And you know, Kelly, I love you. I love you first and foremost. If that was the case, you could have done the same thing where you were living, when you were in LA, when you were in Nashville. You know, some moms like to do everything, but you could have hired a professional cook, chef, to come in
Well,
and
she has the money.
Yeah, to
but she
make the
says, oh,
meals.
because of her situation back then, now she feels because she went through the divorce
Right.
and she's
She's done with all that.
She's done with all that, trying to start a new life, a new studio in New York. She's saying that she's listening to her doctors, and
Right.
she's saying everyone should, and she hadn't been.
Right.
And she's been doing what I don't know what they told her. She said she's listening to her. I don't know what her doctors are telling her.
But she's saying
because-
she's following
Right.
their direction.
Right, and she's doing a mix of healthy things and walking a lot. But you know, during COVID and right after COVID,
Mm-hmm.
her show was still on,
Right.
and I had not seen that she had lost much weight. I didn't
Right.
notice any difference.
No.
All of a sudden, this new season.
No, there was no difference.
Yes, there was no difference. All of a sudden, this new season appears,
Right.
the Kelly Clarkson show, and I'm like, wait a minute, she's
Yeah.
lost so much weight.
Yes.
All of a sudden.
Yes.
It's not like you're seeing a slight progression.
No.
It's like day and night. So
Yes.
there's something has to be there because
Yeah.
you don't look that skinny all of a sudden.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I noticed, and I think Gloria was saying, have you seen Oprah?
Yes.
Oprah Winfrey. Now, she's
Yeah.
always had struggles, right?
Always.
Ever since she did the Oprah Winfrey show, she's been up and down doing this diet,
Yes.
that diet. The time she came on the show and she
With
was
the
carrying-
wagon cart?
with the wagon,
That's
with
how
the skinny
she is
jeans.
now. Okay, so that's the point that everyone is talking to me about it. They go, the last time I saw Oprah this small was when she was pulling the wagon with the fat in it.
Yes, and we, as you know, we like to do some like research and an
Right.
investigation.
Right.
And come to find out, well, we'll never know about Kelly Clarkson because she won't say
Right.
whether it's true or not what she admits.
Right.
Is that Oprah, and this big headline I saw is uses a weight loss medication as a maintenance tool.
Right. So that she doesn't yo-yo.
She says, I'm absolutely done with the shaming. And she
Right.
says she has a better handle on how to maintain a healthy weight and rid herself of shame once and for all, using a holistic approach that includes regular exercise and other lifestyle tweaks, which I
Right.
don't know what that is. Winfrey confirms she has added a weight loss medication to her regimen.
Yes.
Weight loss occupied 5 decades of space in her brain, yo-yoing and feeling like why couldn't I just conquer that thing, behaving that she always
Right.
thought it was willpower.
Right.
She wanted to see if she had the willpower. And after her knee surgery in 2021, which
Yes.
kick-started what she has been steadily losing the weight over the last 2 years.
Right.
So my thing with Oprah, and you can chime in, is she is a billionaire.
Right.
You don't think that over all these years she couldn't get a health coach to teach her to do it properly instead of why would you need to, if you are doing the right things to get your body healthy, right?
Right.
From the inside out,
Out.
eating
Mhm.
the right things, having a real health coach, why would you need to maintain it with weight loss medication?
Well,
That's what my $1 million question is.
well, you know, my thing is, okay, after she had the knee surgery, you know, because I had knee surgery and I know what that feels like. And, you know, for me, the thing that I hate the most is I used to be able to just get down on the floor and get up.
Right.
My knee doesn't bend like that now, so it's hard. But I figure out a way, you know, if I have to, like when I get to play with my grandbaby when she gets bigger on the floor. Now, Oprah said that what she did is she started hiking, and she would do a 5-mile hike a day. And old Oprah didn't hike.
Right.
Old Oprah didn't really exercise as far as we knew. So now she does about 10 miles a day. And Gail always makes fun because, you know, Oprah will say, let's go for a walk. And Gail goes, no. And people are like, why don't you want to go for a walk? She goes, because it's not going to be a walk.
Well, you know, you see that on the Instagram. If you follow Gail King and Oprah,
Right.
I follow both of them. They do show when they go hiking.
Yeah.
And they have those poles, the
yes,
hiking
because,
poles.
yeah,
Yes.
because Gail's like, Oprah's crazy. So I understand when you do things to be more physical. I understand that.
Right.
And she's also Miss Weight Watchers. So Weight Watchers also helped her lose some weight, not to where she is right now. I think what has happened is this additional product that she uses keeps her in check. Now she says that she does it when she wants to, and if she doesn't want to, she doesn't. Most of the people who are doing the shot, as they call it, that's what they call it. I'm on the shot.
Yeah.
They don't say which one.
Yeah.
I'm on the shot. When you're on the shot, if you don't stay on the shot, those things that caused you to create that weight, if you haven't worked it out, come back. And some stars have actually said that they start binging.
Yeah. So I don't know how Oprah can say she'll do it when she needs it, and when she doesn't, she won't. If you can, this is coming from a health coach here. If you can change your mindset, it's not about willpower. Never ever go with the willpower mindset, because willpower you will always break. It's not about willpower. It's about how can you change your mindset and your psychology, and you know that your lifestyle is mainly to do with what you put in your body, what you eat. It's like 80% what you put in your body, and the other 20% you still need to exercise. That's great that Oprah you're hiking.
Yeah, that you're hiking.
But majority of it comes from what you put in your body. And I'm surprised with all this money she has, she can't find a good health coach that will help her with her mindset and psychology.
Right.
Because for her to say, I thought I had the willpower, you won't even talk about willpower if you had a good health coach. It's not about willpower. It's about how can you change your mindset and psychology going into it, and let's get off those medications.
Yes.
So I kind of feel a bit gypped with Oprah. Sorry, I love Oprah. Oprah, you're my lady, and I watched all your shows, and I have your 20-year DVD collection, and I love you. But this does not really set a good example for the younger generation. It's not just you. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah. And it's kind of getting us annoyed, because you told me that there's one lady, I don't know who she is, on the Housewives of Atlanta.
Marlo was a housewife, and when they did the reunion show, Marlo was curvy, like maybe a size 12. Now she looks like she's a 2. Her face is taunt. When she walked out, everybody was like, Marlo.
And how old is she?
Oh, I know she's in her 50s.
So she's in her 50s, but prior to taking whatever medication, she looked like she was in her 50s.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know, because I didn't know what she looked like before.
Yeah.
I thought this lady was in her 30s.
You put a before and after picture side by side, she doesn't look the same. And, for me, Marlo has always wanted to fit in with the Housewives of Atlanta. Why? I don't know. She's always stirring the pot. She's a little disturber. For me, I think that her money could have been better spent on getting some mental therapy to resolve the issues that's causing you to do what you do. I thought you looked beautiful just the way you were. I thought you were sexy. You had beautiful curves. And the last picture I saw of you, I'm like, are you trying to, reverse your age and go backwards in time? Because, as much as I love life, I would not want to go back to my 20s.
Yeah, it's very scary that all these celebrities are doing this, because what message are we sending our younger generation? It's bad enough that they have to live up to all the influencers, getting all those likes and followers, and you have to look a certain way because of the Kardashians or whoever their celebrity crushes or whatever, right? It's bad enough you have to do that. Then we have AI. And then now we're having this new trend of celebrities going on these weight loss medications or injections. Please stop and think. I'm just a bit like upset with Oprah, because I looked up to her, and she was actually a role model for the younger generation.
Yeah.
And now she's admitting that she's taking this weight loss medication. What is this telling those younger people, the younger girls? It's not telling them to fix the cause of it. It's telling them you can
put a bandage on it.
Get this medication, and you can put bandage it, So I don't know. And on the other flip side of it, it's not just about the kids. It's also about the people in our world that really need these drugs.
Yes.
That have diabetes.
Yes. And
Like-
can't get the drugs
Right.
because they're not available. You know, I have a little niece, and she wears a pump. And I don't know if she's, migrated to the shot or not. But she has to have insulin every day or she will die. Her body does not produce it. She is a type 1 gestational diabetic. That means she was born that way. And it's nothing that they can give her that will turn a switch inside her body and it'll just start making insulin. So when you are doing something for vanity that other people need to live, maybe that's not the best alternative. And, Oprah, we're not saying that you are on Ozempic or Wegovy or anything like that. We're just saying if Oprah Winfrey, Madam Billionaire, can't do it, then that sends a message to potential young girls and boys that can't do it.
Yeah, let's just do what Oprah did and give up, because we don't have the willpower either. And let's go on this
buy
weight
something.
loss medication, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But unlike you, Oprah, these normal people will not have the millions of dollars to be able to afford this kind of weight loss medication, because I know it's not cheap.
And you have to have a good doctor that's willing to monitor you, because, in a lot of the people who were on it, they said when they got off of it that they had side effects. Some people get on it and they have to come right off because everybody can't take Ozempic. So there are some people who get on it, get off, get on it, get off. Yet there are others who are able to stay on it, and they have been on it for, years.
That's sad. Well, they're taking away from people that really have the health conditions and need it. So this whole thing, we want to know your feedback. What do you think?
Yes.
I mean, to us, it's not sending the right message, and it's just taking away from people that really need it. We'd like your feedback, what you think, because I know some people out there will say to us, well, hold on a minute, it's their body, their life, they can do what they want. Yes, they can, it is their life. But what image are you sending to other people? Right?
Yeah.
I thought Oprah she is a real role model to a lot of people.
And I mean, honestly, I thought it was WW principles. I thought it was the hike. I mean, you hike 10 miles a day, you should be skinny. You shouldn't need a shot. And then she eats her last meal at 4 p.m. and she drinks a gallon of water. And that's how she ends her day. And I would think that's enough to bring it down.
Well,
but it's the yo-yo that at least what she said.
It's because WW they just teach you can eat anything and everything as long as you go by the points.
Mm-hmm.
What they fail to tell you is what foods you need to put in your body. It's not about eating everything under the sun. You need to know what foods are going to give your body nutrition.
Right.
Like the fruits, the veggies, what foods cause inflammation in the body.
Right.
And what foods you should stay away from. With Weight Watchers, they don't do that.
No,
they just say you can eat everything. It's about points. You cannot, if you really want to get healthy from the inside, you cannot eat a brownie every day.
No.
That's not how it works, because number one, brownies are loaded with a lot of inflammatory ingredients.
Yes.
So that's why a lot of people are doing yo-yoing, because they're not taught what foods to eat and the way to eat it. So that's probably why she's yo-yoing, because she's not been taught the right way to do it.
Yep. All right. You heard it here first. So, did you check out the Grammys? It was a very, very interesting show. There were some oh my God moments for me, like little Miley Cyrus. I think because we've watched her grow up out in the scene when she won her first Grammy. She was so cute in her acceptance, and she wanted to thank everybody and all the people with her and all of that. When she won her second one, that's when she says, I'm so happy, I just won a Grammy.
But didn't she say, I just won my first Grammy when she was singing?
she won the Grammy before when she was sitting down, and then she performed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that was her first Grammy. And then
Okay.
when she's dancing, she goes, "I just won my first Grammy."
Okay.
You know, and she's playing with her hair. She likes her new haircut. And then she won the second one. And then she took her purse up, and you could see she opens it to look for her acceptance.
Yes.
But then she closes the purse, and she's just flathering, like she's a blah, 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 blah. And oh, by the way, I'm not wearing panties. And I thought, you know, you're sitting with your mom. I would have told her, now, I raised you better than that.
Why would she? What is
Don't
the
talk
reason?
about
Why
your
would she even
underwear.
say that? What is the purpose?
Yeah.
What is the goal of saying that? There
Yeah.
is no goal.
It was like she had nothing else to say. She wasn't saying what she was supposed to say. So, you know, I'll just make it all seem crazy, I guess. I don't know.
Well, she seemed a bit hectic, but her
Yeah.
performance was very good. I did like her
I
performance.
did too. I liked the song Flowers.
I liked the song Flowers, and I thought that what she wore was nice. She's kind of, she has a nice body, I
Yeah.
must say, with
She
all
does.
those tattoos.
Yeah.
She has a nice body, and she can sing. She
Yes.
can sing.
Yeah, she's been singing since, you know,
Since she
Disney.
was in Disney, what was that? Miley Cyrus. What was the show she was in? Hannah Montana.
Yep, that's
Since
it.
then, yeah.
So we know she's got the talent. And I was like, you know, and I was looking at her face also, and I'm like, wow, she's not a teenager anymore. She's a young woman now.
Yeah, she's her album that Flowers is on was amazing, because I have Disney Plus, and they actually had her. There was like a show where they had her just singing all her songs from
Right.
that particular album in her house,
Oh,
whether
cool.
it was in her backyard or around the house, and
But just in her
it
house.
was really touching. I really saw a different side of Miley,
Right.
which was really good. And again, Trevor Noah
Yes.
was
The
the
host.
host. And I tell you, Trevor the jokes that he makes
Yes.
are, he spins it a different way than how other people spin jokes, which doesn't seem to be so like off guard.
Right.
But he knows, he's very, very
he knew
smooth.
the room
right.
to be able to move the room, talk about people in the room, which meant he was still reading that teleprompter.
Yes.
And I was like, how is he doing that? I mean, because he was all over the room. And he would say certain things that were like, ooh, and he go, not yet. But I think he did a marvelous
He
job.
did a great job. And some of the winners was Best Country Album,
Yes.
Lonnie Wilson,
Yes.
Bell Bottom Country,
Yes.
Miley Cyrus for Flowers, Best Pop Solo Performance.
Yes.
We have Best R&B Song, SZA, Snooze. I liked that.
Yes.
You've heard of that song,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I think that song was written by Babyface, in conjunction with Babyface.
I think it was. Yeah.
Because it sounds so reminiscent of what he would
Yeah.
write, that kind of song. I
Yeah.
really like that song.
And, you know, every time I hear her name is SZA, and I think like scissors, a pair of scissors,
Yeah.
but it's SZA.
SZA. I
Like
did not
SZA.
know that. We have Best Pop Vocal Album, Taylor Swift, Midnights.
Yes.
Song of the Year, Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? Oh,
Yes.
I love that song.
I do too. And she did a really, her performance at the Grammys of that song was the sweetest, most tender. I mean, you'd have to be a pretty dead person not to feel. I mean, as she sang the words, it was like she was asking the question of the people in the
Right.
audience.
What was I made for?
What was I made for?
Right.
So
loved
I
it.
really loved her. And when Taylor won that first award, that was number 13. And you know that's her favorite number of the night. And I love how she does that little clap thing with the guy that's with her, and then she hugs him. They do that every time they win anything.
Right, exactly. And then we have Best New Artist, Victoria Monet. Didn't even
Yes.
know who she was.
I know, nice song though.
Never heard of her. Record of the Year, Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Yes,
Album of the Year, Taylor Swift, Midnight.
yes,
And she was given that award by Celine Dion.
yes. And Celine looks so good. I mean, we know she's having health issues. However, she just looks so good.
I am just waiting. I've been waiting till the time she can come back and sing again,
Yes,
because I love her voice, and she
Yes.
looked actually
She looked
she
really
did
good.
not look as gaunt and skinny
No,
as she has in the past, because
Yeah.
when she announced that she was canceling her shows on Instagram,
Right.
oh my god, her face was so skinny. She looked like
Yeah.
she was anorexic or something.
Yeah. No,
But she put
looked
on a bit of more weight, and
Yes.
she looks healthy, and she
Very
looks
healthy.
good, which is really great. But did you notice Taylor Swift was so excited, hugging everyone, going around, just there you have Celine Dion giving her this award.
Yeah.
She couldn't even stare at Celine Dion in the face
and
thank
say
her.
thank you for allowing me to do what I love to do. That part was a little because it was just like,
It's like blowing her off.
I mean, and like they said, you know, when they did the announcement, it's like one icon giving another icon.
Yes.
So acknowledge.
When she did her acceptance speech, she didn't even mention Celine Dion.
No.
Not one thing did she say.
No.
Yeah. And I did not know that the guy that came up with her was
Yes.
her son. I didn't know that.
Whose son?
Celine Dion's son,
Oh,
Renee
that helped
Charles.
her?
Yes, Renee
Oh.
Charles. Yeah, named after her husband.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not
I
know
always
that.
see them as toddlers. So wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea
Yeah,
either.
it's crazy how quickly they
Wow.
grow. And then we have Billy Joel.
Yes.
Billy Joel. Wow.
What is it? He said, "Turn the lights back on." I love Billy Joel, and to watch him sit and play the piano, and you know, it was just beautiful.
His new song sounded very reminiscent of some of his
Yes.
older songs that he had
Absolutely.
sung, and that's what people want because they
Yes.
remember him from the good old days.
Absolutely.
Like that. So that was
Absolutely.
really great. And then we have Jay-Z, who won Dr. Dre's Global Impact winner.
Yes.
And did you hear what he said?
Oh, of course I heard what he said. He basically said, and what I loved about him is he said, "When I get nervous, I tell the truth."
Yeah.
So he's talking and he goes, "Don't you think it's very interesting that, you know," he's talking about his wife, Beyonce, has all of these Grammy awards, yet she's never won Album of the Year. He goes, "I'm just saying." And then he points to Blue Ivy and he goes, "She's, you know,
She's
got
won more
Grammys."
I'm thinking, and then my son goes, "What Grammys has she won?" And I'm like, didn't she win a Grammy with her mom
She
for
did.
Lion King?
Yeah, she
But
did.
what else did she win
Well,
for?
that's the only one that I knew of.
But he said more Grammys than...
So, well, there are a lot of people in that audience that's never won a Grammy, never been nominated.
Oh, but he said Grammys.
Yeah, he
so
did.
I was
So he
like
said
curious.
plural.
Yeah.
And Beyonce was just kind of, "Yeah, that's my husband." You know, she just, "Yeah, baby, you got me." Because the thing about the fact that he won the award, you know, I always tell people, you know, my husband got me into listening to rap music because I don't like the negativity. I don't like the vulgarity
swearing.
and the cursing. I don't like all that. Life's
That's
too
true
short.
rap for you.
Yeah, that's just too deep for me. However, to see where Jay-Z came from and where he is today, that Super Bowl show that we're going to see, that's all Jay-Z. He is the person that runs that. So it was his way of telling the Grammys, you know, you're getting better, but you still have work to do.
Yeah.
Because there are still people who are not being recognized for their contribution.
Right, exactly.
Still people. You know, it was great to see Mariah Carey, you know. And
Yeah.
now when Mariah Carey handed off the award, normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to move aside. She stood there right by the person. But at least that person turned and said thank you and was very gracious. But you're right. Taylor was so into Taylor.
Yeah.
She missed the opportunity.
She missed it. But they did say that behind stage they were all chummy, Celine
Right.
Dion and Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
So-
and maybe she didn't get all gushy in front of us because they're just tight like that. But I don't know. I would have been like, you know, thank you. Because she started out as a little girl writing songs in her
Right.
bedroom.
At least look the person that's giving you the award in the eye and say
Yeah,
thank you. Or whatever. Give them a hug or
Yes.
something.
I love seeing Stevie Wonder. You know, at first I thought when he started, I was like, what are you doing? And then I realized it was a combination of the video and Stevie live.
Yes.
And he goes, and now Stevie Wonder, and then Stevie would sing. I mean,
Yeah,
that
I
compilation
love-
was
Stevie
beautiful.
is still Stevie. He still
Yes.
has it. So the thing that I want to say is that Trevor Noah talked about Lionel Richie.
Yes.
If you have Netflix, everyone, and you've not seen it, you better watch that show. How they made that Feed the World, the greatest night, one night. It's only one night. I did not know
when they
when they
brought people
made
together to do
when they
We Are
brought
the
people
World.
together and
Yes.
did that one song.
Yeah,
We Are the World. People, you need to watch it because I did not know they recorded that all in one night.
One night.
And it was right after the Grammys.
Yes, because everybody was kind of in town, and so they were like, what are you doing? We're going to get over here. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
And
so you watched it already?
Well, no, I'm old enough. I was around.
Oh, you were
remember
around.
the conversations.
It's amazing. You should watch it.
But I watched Netflix.
It's on Netflix, and you should watch it because, oh my God, there are things that you would not know behind stage that they did.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson singing before they all came into the studio. This is a once in a lifetime you will hear that.
Yes. Oh, I mean that music, the stars. I remember when the video first was released, and it's just like Michael singing, and then all of a sudden, they would pan to different, and you're like, oh my God. Every time there would be a star, it would be another, oh my God. And then when they showed the whole room, it's
watch it because it's all the back, behind the scenes that you don't get to see how they put it together, and it blew us away. It blew us away. So
Lionel Richie is he's an amazing man. He looked really good too. He looked very handsome. I love that. And so Taylor announced, because she's so excited, her new album is called The Tortured Poet Department, and it's going to be really interesting to see what evolves.
Coming out, when did you say? April 13th or
April,
something?
Of course, it's the 13th.
Oh,
13th
right.
is her
April
favorite
13th.
date.
Okay, there you go.
And, kind of along those same lines, we have Super Bowl 58 coming up Sunday, and everyone's excited about the football. At least the football fans, we're excited about the football. Everybody else, the Swifties, are excited
about Taylor Swift.
Is Taylor going to make it from Tokyo in time? Is Travis going to propose to Taylor?
No, I'm not going to propose.
And I'm like, why would you take such a special moment, unless it's just show?
Yeah, no, they're not going to propose. It's too early, and we don't know because Taylor goes through boyfriends like people go through bags of chips.
And if Travis, don't do it. You'll be embarrassed because you'll fall on your knee in front of everybody. She'll go, yes! And in 2 weeks, she'll be like, I can't stand him. Let me write some songs.
Yeah, let's
wait. Keep it private.
They haven't been dating for that long, so let's wait another year or so.
Right.
We don't know yet. And yes, she will make it in time for Super Bowl because someone said in Japan that if she leaves straight afterwards, she'll make it just in time for the beginning of Super Bowl.
And she will. And she doesn't have to be there in the beginning. All the games that she's at, they never show her at the beginning of the games because she waits till all the people are in the stadium.
Right.
Then she goes through the tunnel. She's up in the box like maybe second quarter. She'll be there fine. Fine. So we also wanted to acknowledge that King Charles, he went in for an enlarged prostate just over a week ago. And everything turned out fine with that. They're going to treat that. But somehow, while the king was in the hospital, he was diagnosed with cancer. We don't know what kind of cancer. We don't know where it's at. What
stage it is.
We don't know nothing. No. We know he's going to be doing chemo and radiation. And one of the things that normally if someone in the monarch is sick, you don't know about it.
Right.
He wants people to know about it because he wants his citizens to get tested. Because he was walking around feeling fine and he has cancer in his body. So I thought, okay. And then what really touched my heart, Harry hopped on a plane as soon as he heard the news.
That's amazing.
To go and be with his father. Children have points of disappointment with parents, with our parents. I can even speak as once I was a child. However, when they get sick, all bets are out the window.
Exactly. All bets are out the window.
You don't care. You just don't want them to be in pain.
Right.
You don't want them to die before their time. Harry, honey, we're going to surround you in love and light. And I want you to just know who you are and whose you are while you're there. I know you want to be there. Do not let those people get inside your head and make you leave early. Stay there, be with your father, do what you went to do. And when you're done, you can go back to Meghan and the kids.
But I hope that Prince Charles King Charles. I would say Prince
Right,
Charles.
I
That's
know.
all I knew of him when I was growing up. King Charles, he leads a very long life because now he has his cancer, and if it spreads quite rapidly, we don't know.
Mhm.
It'll be very short term as king, and then who's going to be next?
Well, I was gonna what? Does it go to the Queen or does it go to Prince William?
Well, I think it goes. Well, that's a good question, but I think it
Because
might
they
go
made her full queen.
Yeah, that's a good question because it would be William. It
Right.
should be. I thought it was William.
Yeah, I think it will be.
I think it will be William.
You know, my thing for you, William, I hope you're ready. Because even like right now, you're getting a taste of it because he has to take on all the king's duties.
Right.
Because Prince Andrew can't do it because, you know, everybody thinks that he's a pedophile and nasty person. So it's just William. And, you know, they dogged Harry, so Harry can't do anything to help him. So, and your wife is in the hospital, and you got 3 kids. And I know you got nannies and all of that, but there are times when children want their parents. This is going to be a very good learning lesson for you, William. I hope you're ready for it. And I hope you figure out a way how to be kind, loving, and graceful as a king.
Yeah,
or
let's just hope that King Charles
recovers and he's fine and
lives a long life.
He has another 20 years like his mom.
Let's just pray that happens because that'll be very sad because that will be the quickest reign I've
ever
known. Yeah.
Well, she was queen for so long.
Yes.
So long. So if you happen to know what's the hierarchical steps, let us know.
We'll look into it as well.
Yeah, and we'll share with you next week. Well, we've been sharing with you a lot about the weather lately, and I tell you, over the weekend, the wind and the rain in Northern California, we had wind up to between 62 miles per hour in Santa Cruz Mountain, all the way down to some of the local lower Bay areas, like Santa Rosa and places like that, of 92 mile per hour winds. The hawk was out, and the rain. I mean, it was just like, it was really, really, really difficult to travel to do anything here in Northern California. And I thought, oh my God, that's bad. And then you see the news of San Diego. Just to give you an example, downtown Los Angeles received 7 inches of rain in a span of 29 hours. 7 inches in 29 hours. LA normally gets 14.4 inches a year. They got a year's worth of rain.
Crazy.
I'm like, that, a half a year. I just, they said that the rain clouds formed and it just stuck and they just doused water. You could see cars just sailing by, people on top of their cars calling 911.
Yeah.
Why would you go outside if it's raining that hard? Why would you do that?
Oh no.
I mean,
we don't know, but they do.
They did.
There's no rhyme and reason. That's $1 million question for us.
Oh my goodness.
And that combination, I don't like that combination of heavy downpour and strong winds. That's the worst.
And the winds normally blow they normally blow south to north. They were blowing north to south. They were, where you are normally, okay, it's windy, you expected to go a certain way, it was opposite. In my backyard, I kept telling my husband, there's stuff blowing around in the backyard. And then he goes in the backyard and he comes back, he goes, it's not our backyard. It's the neighbor's backyard.
No.
It sounds like these were hitting the fence. The winds were no joke.
I think the winds were stronger in Fremont than they were where I was living in Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I was so excited because, Sundays are my Campbell Farmers Market. I haven't been able to go because it's been raining.
It was terrible Sunday. I don't even know if...
I don't think the vendors even showed up. And the Sunday before...
maybe if the vendors did show up, they probably showed up and then they said, oh, forget this. And they packed up again and left.
Yeah, because the weathers were just ridiculous. So that's our big chat part. So it's now time to tell you a little bit about us. Like I said, my name's Gloria Webb Williams. My company is Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural. I'm your all-natural mineral makeup manufacturer right here in Santa Clara, California, Northern California. My tip of the day is, remember when Oprah had her show and she was like, get rid of that blue eyeliner because, certain women of certain colors could put that blue on and it would be like, ah! nowadays it doesn't matter. They love neon colors, so that bet's
That's
off.
actually coming back.
Yes, that bet's off. So one of the themes this season is the blue with dark eyeliner. Just
Blue with dark
yeah. So
eyeliner.
put the
I'm trying
blue.
to envision
Yeah.
that in
So
my
put
head.
the blue on your lid, and then like put the eyeliner on. Let it dry. Put it on again.
Do you think I'd look like I'm in the 80s?
70s, 80s? Yeah. However, that's just part. We did Fashion Week a couple of weeks ago, so that's the thing. That was one of the things that hit the runway. So my suggestion is, don't be afraid of colors in your eyes. It's all in the amount and the application. You can wear, sometimes I put 4 colors on. You just learn how to blend them. The key to success is a good brush. Brushes are your friends. So you put the blue on, and then you just kind of take the brush and go over to where it kind of mellows it out. And then you do the liner. And then you can do a double liner if you want.
Well, would you put the blue darker in a certain spot, or just make it even color?
I would start out darker closer to my lashes, and as I go up to my eyebrows, I would make it lighter.
Okay.
Because then you just have the essence of the blue.
But you don't need to do it close to your eyebrow, right?
No, just a little bit above where you put the liner in.
Okay.
I mean, these girls look like, you saw their eyeballs, black eyeballs, before you saw anything else. And this one little girl, she had on a blue jacket, and she has blue eyes. So the blue was just a blue theme.
Oh.
So that part is really, really good. Another theme that's going around right now is the color you put on your eyelids, you also put on your lips. So like an earth tone, like a brown, and you would think, try it. You'll be very surprised.
Well, how do you do blue? You put blue lipstick on?
I have done blue. I've done green. I've done yellow. It's all in where you're at with it. So you can wear any color, but this new earth tone is kind of cute because you could take a brown, like I have a color called Sheba Sai, and put that on your eyelid, and then put some on your lips. And you can just make it sheer on your lips, and a little darker on your eyes, but it's the same color.
That's a good tip.
So you get to use one product to do 2 things.
Great. Fantastic.
So Gloria Webb Williams, Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural.
Yeah, and I'm Rosetta Chow, Simply Health, certified health coach, educator, and speaker. And today my tip of the day is, if any of you want to get healthier, I'm sure people do out there,
Yeah.
I'll give you one tip, and that is eat out less and cook more at home.
Amen.
I'm going to tell you why. It's because you know what you're putting in the food you get, what all the ingredients, and you can source out whether it's organic or conventional. Use less salt, less sugar. You're not using all those those oils, those vegetable oils. You can use your own. I like to use olive oil or avocado. I love avocado oil.
I've become a little bit of a snob about my oils. If they're in plastic, I don't buy them. They have to be in glass.
Oh, yeah. Well,
most good olive oil, Italian olive oil, is in a glass.
Yes. Well, we do buy an avocado oil, and that's in plastic.
Yeah.
And that's from Costco, and we love avocado oil.
Yes.
Because avocado oil does not have any flavor to it, so it won't taint any of the foods that you're actually cooking with. So eat out less, because you can control what goes in your food. You can't control what restaurants put in your food or any place that makes your food. And also, you could actually, I know a lot of people like to lose weight. I don't usually talk about weight loss, but what's healthy on the inside. But you could actually maintain your weight by eating out less. That's what I tell people. Control. You have control over what you put in your body. You don't have control when you go to restaurants. I'm not saying don't ever go out to eat. But just eat less, because I know some people eat out like most of the meals, because you're
5 out of 7 days.
Yeah, because people that work corporate, they go to work, they eat out for lunch, they come back home, they're too busy, tired. So they either do takeout or they go out to have a meal. So that's at least twice a day. So if you do that like 2-3 times a week, that's 6 times a week. And then on the weekends, you want to have some fun, so you go out and with your friends or whatever, then you eat out. That's a lot of eating out, and a lot of like sodiums and whatnot in your body. So a good way to get healthy is, why don't you start thinking about eating out less if you eat out all the time?
Yes.
And also you can save a lot of money by eating out less.
Ding, ding, ding. Amen.
Yes, you can. So give it a try. So there you
Yes.
have it. Rosetta Chow. I'm a certified health coach. Simply Health. Your health matters.
Oh, I love that. So, as we always close our chats, we feel the love in the room. We're so grateful that you spend time with us, chatting with us, even though we can't see you. We know you're like, what did she say? And having conversations with us. So we take that love, we hold it close to our hearts, we send it back to you. Mwah! Bubbling over. We want you to be safe wherever you are. The weather is crazy all around the United States, all around the world. So just be very, very careful in your travels. And we thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to the next opportunity to spend time with you.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much. And don't forget to hit the thumb icon, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification. Thank you so much, everyone, again. We really appreciate you checking out our weekly chats. We are Silicon Valley Girls, chat over tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye.